Hi, I'm Peter Fairfield again, and I'm so glad you've tuned in. And today I want to talk about probably the most important thing here, because all that I've talked about in all of these different YouTube videos is about how we are as humans, what our spiritual situation is, blocks and habits we have from past generations, our parents, how we've been programmed by the world, and so forth, physical limitations. But all that comes together in how we work together on the phone. So I have several ways I work with people. I work with people one-to-one on the phone. Right now, that's sort of the biggest part of what I do. I have people that do see me in person, and of course, I teach seminars around the world. But what I want to talk about now and today is how we work together on the phone. So when I mention that to people, they say, well, how do you do acupuncture on the phone? Well, I don't, obviously. But I've spent over 40 years studying the physiology of personality, emotional and physical and spiritual blocks and limitations, how we function as beings, and also meditative techniques, Qigong techniques, and how to shift that. I was a biofeedback therapist for a long time, 40 years ago. So when I work with somebody on the phone, also I'm a medical intuitive, so I get a pretty good idea of what's going on with you when we're talking. And so we will talk a little bit, you tell me a little bit of your story, tell me about what's going on. But as you're talking, I will immediately begin to see how the sum total of your life and the sum total of your experiences have created a constellation, a shape in your being. Certain organs are tighter, certain organs are looser, polarities shift, attention patterns, mental affects and expectations and resistances and so forth. All of those are a product of an imprinted physiology. So using the breath and awareness, we go into all the different places in the body where we have limitations and we are holding wrong views of reality, or we're arguing with what is, or we're holding ourselves as more or less than we are in certain ways. And so by using your consciousness and my awareness, I guide you over a period of time, a period of sessions. To begin to open, first we relax and connect to the body, and then we gradually begin to experience subtler and subtler sensations, like for instance the sacrum, which is the bone in the back of the pelvis. That has to do with the expression of will, power, strength, reality. So if we had any experiences of being suppressed or limited or held down or edited when we were young, the energy that flows through the sacrum is diminished. So as we begin to experience the sacrum with the breath, there's a vocabulary of sensations that goes from first can't feel anything and then gradually feeling kind of a numbness and then an achiness and sometimes a sharpness. And pretty soon we begin to have life and consciousness in these places. As soon as we begin to have life and consciousness in the sacrum, just as a for instance, we begin to feel stronger, we begin to feel taller. Our ability to hear people, our ability to stand forward, it strengthens and becomes more vital. It increases our sexual energy. Now, this doesn't mean necessarily to have sex, although it definitely works for that. But the sexual energy is what flows through the body. It's what enlivens our immune system. It enlivens our awareness, our digestive system. It goes up to the brain, our creativity. So just by opening up that one area that we might have gotten limited by being suppressed or held down or told we were not who we were as a kid, that begins to open. And so all these different parts of the body, our heart, our brain, our liver, our pancreas, the polarity between the front and the back, which holds our bonding patterns, all of these things have a physical component and an energetic component. So as we work together, you'll find that each session, your life will shift a little bit. So you become more and more yourself. I have another segment here, we just recorded, called Arguing with Reality. The main argument we have with reality is not being ourselves, not saying who we are and experiencing that, and not trusting what comes and trusting what goes. You can have that. So if you're not happy, if you're not well, if you haven't found the place in the world where you fit, if you haven't found the relationship or the income or whatever it is that meets you and matches you and makes you happy, if you haven't found a work that blesses your heart every day, if you haven't surrounded yourself with people that you love and love you, it's because you have resisted your own ability to create that. There's no blame. You're not to blame. The people that imprinted on you are not to blame. I believe that we drop in karmically to whoever our parents were and what our life situation is. But first we get screwed up, then we get well, and then we help others. That's how I see life works. So the process I do with people is powerful in opening up these blocked areas and enhancing all the areas that we've resisted so we become fully and passionately and spiritually and energetically ourselves. It's a great feeling, and it's possible. Everybody can change. So if you're interested in that, call me or email me, get in touch with me. We can have a conversation about it. I would love to work with you, and I can prove to you that you can change. You can be happy, and even you can have the life that you really want. Thank you.